Morning, Ed.
Morning, Matt.
Right, this is going to be a series of videos we're doing to help let people know a bit about what we do at PayAssured. We thought a good way to start was to introduce ourselves. So we'll start with you, Ed, Mr. Edward Leaf, and go through a bit about your background, experience, and how we've got here today running PayAssured between us. So I understand you're ex-military.
I certainly am. Between 1974 and 1986, I served as an intelligence analyst in the British Army.
Yeah.
Mainly responsible for monitoring activity of the Group of Soviet Forces, Germany.
Right, okay. Yeah.
After I came out of the Army...
And when did you come out of the Army?
In 1986.
Yeah.
During which time in the Army, actually, for 2 years, had been involved in being trained as an accountant and actually doing investigative work, accountancy work, more like forensic accounting.
Yeah.
I came out of the Army in 1986, started working for a business, a local business, which I eventually bought and later sold. From that point, I went off to university and got a law degree. I qualified in 2001.
Yeah.
And I used my legal skills at the time to help some of the companies I was involved with basically recover monies from other businesses and sometimes from individuals.
Right, okay. And you did some forensic accounting?
I also did some forensic accounting. In 2001 I was responsible for discovering, I think it's still the Midlands' largest thefts from an employee, by an employee from an employer, in the sum of about £75,000.
Right, okay.
A 3-month investigation that was later prosecuted and successfully convicted.
Okay, so you've got a background in accounting, forensic accounting, and law, and business.
And indeed anything analytical.
Right, okay. And you've used those skills in a number of businesses since 2001.
Indeed.
To help people account for monies owed and indeed recover monies owed. Is that right?
Indeed. And some of the businesses we're involved with, sometimes it can be from obtaining monies from other companies,
yeah,
businesses, or it can be to individuals. There are slightly different techniques for each, whether it be a business or a customer. That is, we've been doing that since about 2001.
Right, okay. So 2001, and you got through quite a few cases in those.
Yeah, we've so far successfully taken on 414 cases.
Right, okay.
Of which I have to admit I did actually lose one.
You lost one?
I actually lost one.
What's that all about? Don't tell them that. Go on, what was the story behind that one?
It came down to an evidential point that the judge didn't agree with.
Right.
I was convinced that the evidence was correct and was worthy, but the judge didn't think so, and unfortunately I lost the case. Right,
okay. So that's cases that have gone to court. Presumably you've recovered monies without them.
Well, yeah.
Without them getting to court.
Quite often you can. And part of the skill of the job really is to make sure you can recover the monies without going to court.
Okay.
Okay, when you do so, it might not be you get all the money at once, but at least you can tie the debtor into a payment plan.
Right.
Which eventually means the debt does get paid.
Okay, and some of this is individuals, so business to individuals, or some of it's the business to business.
Indeed.
Is it? Yeah.
And it's probably about 40% to individuals, 60% to businesses.
Right. Okay.
And of that, sort of the various sums of money, we'd probably recover about 95%.
Yeah.
Of the monies owed.
Right. Okay.
Because in fairness, there are situations sometimes, whether it be an individual or a business, where they go into bankruptcy effectively, and the money is irrecoverable.
Okay. Well, we'll pick that up in later on in the series. Some of the detail regarding debt recovery on business to business and indeed B2C. But so you started, or we started PayAssured sometime last year.
We did.
And what was the thinking behind that?
I think it really was, I've been doing it on an ad hoc basis really,
yeah.
Just to help companies or local companies that I actually had involvement with.
Yeah.
But we decided last year really to formalise it into a separate company, just specialising in debt recovery on business to business and helping these businesses prevent such a thing happening again.
Yeah, I mean, we do quite a bit on the prevention side.
We do. I mean, it is very important if you're going to chase a debt that the actual contractual basis for the the debt is solid.
Right. Okay.
There can be examples, for example, the invoice is not properly filled out. For example, the actual name of the company that they're going after might be slightly wrong.
Okay. So there's lessons to be learned in recovery and what to do going forward. But presumably, running the businesses that you've run, that prevention side has been, really the main focus.
Absolutely, because if you're running a business and you start to have bad debts, it affects your cash flow.
Yeah.
And in whatever business you run, you need cash flow. And you can't have bad debts building up on your balance sheet. It just reduces the amount of capital you have to work with.
Yeah, so on the PayAssured side of things, we wanted to make sure we covered both sides of it, and people knew that we do, as well as the debt recovery, the prevention side, it's the credit management and the credit control side of things as well. So, we've got anything more today then, Ed, or is that enough about introducing?
I think that's enough for us.
Yeah.
That's what we've got so far.
Okay, so that's Ed Leaf from PayAssured, ensuring your business gets paid.
Indeed.
Thanks very much.